Hey, Nickie Brown here. No matter where you are, no matter what part of the world you're in, I hope that you're having a good day. One thing I realize is people don't listen. They don't practice active listening. They may hear one or two words that you say and then they immediately respond without hearing everything that you have to say. So they're basically interrupting you and cutting you off. And you could be telling a story, and let's just say, for example, you say, let me tell you, I saw Susie at the store. And before you can even finish saying, I saw Susie at the store, and they're like, what happened? Be quiet so I can tell you. Another thing that they do, again, they'll hear like maybe one or two words that you'll say, and they assume that they know what you're going to say, or they assume that they know what you said, and they haven't heard a word that you said at all. Or you could be saying something, let's say you're having a conversation, they say something, you say something, and you said something because they took a pause, but their mind is still processing, so they just still keep talking, so they never hear what you said. And you could have said, let's say you're in a car together, you could have said, you need to make a left turn. You missed your turn. But again, they just still talking. Or they think you're trying to be rude and talk over them, so they want to make sure they talk even louder so you won't. Or they're so busy focused on what they're saying that, again, you might say something, but because they already have this fixed thought in their mind, when you say something, and it's like, oh, well, that maybe you'll say, oh, well, I did that already. Let's just say that's the example. Yeah, because we're going so and so and so and so. I just said I did it. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? And so, like I said, you can have a full-blown conversation with somebody. They don't understand what you're saying. You don't understand what they're saying. And if you're the type of person who asks questions and you ask too many questions, then they'll accuse you of being confrontational or argumentative, or you just don't want to listen. You're just being stubborn. And you don't know what the hell they talk about. So you can't even do what they said or what they asked because you don't know what they're talking about, and they don't want you to ask questions. You can't even make it make sense. Again, most people do not practice active listening. They just want to be heard, and they don't really care what you're saying, so they'll interrupt you and talk around you or talk over you. And for some people, it's not intentional. They're not intentionally doing this to be mean or malicious. They're just so distracted and so focused on themselves as an individual that they're not taking other people into consideration, to the point where we have gotten to a point where we don't even listen. I know that people were already like that, but I think that it's gotten worse. And it's a lot. It's a lot when you're, on the outside looking in, as they say, or a chosen one, or very spiritual, or very conscious, or very awake, whatever word you would like to use. Because you're basically on the outside looking into the foolishness that goes on with majority of people. And again, this is not picking on anybody, but because most people don't realize that they're doing it. But it makes communication very, very challenging, especially if this is somebody that's like in charge of something and they're just very scatterbrained. their mind is all over the place. Or if it's somebody who, you know, let's say you're working on a project together at work, they can't even focus on the project. It makes it very challenging to interact with people. And again, these may be well-intentioned people. And they're not doing these things intentionally, but the society has them so distracted that they can't even focus on one task at a time. The simplest thing, which is just to listen to somebody. Love y'all.